Hello, I'm back. Here we go. So now to my finished objects and my one work in progress. So, finished object, the Stardust, well, I made it into an infinity cowl. So there we go, I made it into an infinity cowl and I actually crocheted it together. Not the best way to do it. I think it would have looked most probably nicer sewing it together because I do have this line down the middle, but it doesn't disturb me that much. So I've made it, this is exactly one ball. It was 100 yards of the ice yarn. So, but that's enough, and if I stretch it I can actually get it over my head twice, but I don't want to. I wanted it rather loose so that I can then just tuck it like that. Okay, I hope you can see that. I'm balancing my camera on a big ball of wool here. Okay, so that's one finished object, and then I made up a beanie. Oh, I think actually this is not great, is it? Let me see if I open up the other one. Wait, or I make it lighter, like, okay, that's better. There we go. That looks actually better. Look, so that's the Stardust Infinity Cowl. There we go. And then I made a beanie. Also, I wrote this pattern down how I did it, but I think it maybe needs a bit of tweaking because I have a few little gaps that are a bit bigger than I wish to, but for myself it's all right. And I started off with a normal circle with double crochet, and then I went on to using the Stardust pattern and then carried on just plain Stardust pattern. There you go. So this is very light, so this can be also worn in summer or in the in-between. There you go. So I have a matching little set here, and I still have, this was, I don't actually know how much yarn this was. I think it was maybe just over a quarter of a ball. So I have enough still to make a pair of fingerless gloves, which I think I will be doing, but not right now because I'm a bit fed up with the pattern. So fed up, not in a way that I don't like the pattern, but I've done enough of it, and it takes it, you do need to pay attention to it, even though it's super easy to do, but you need to be able to see where you poking it in to do your stitches, and that's rather tiring after a while with this yarn anyway. Having said that, I used two different needles on here. I used first the 5mm, and then I used on here, let me see, 5mm, and then down here I used the 6mm, which was a lot better, but it doesn't have the same stretch. And then I went back to the 5mm down here, because you want the stretch so the beanie actually goes over the head, but not so loose and floppy. So those are my two finished objects, and I have one started project, one work in progress. I've only just started and I've made a mess. It's the same yarn as the other two, only in white. Let me just make sure I don't pull my stitch out. Here we go. And this pattern is called the Parisian Stoll. I did change it. I did more chains than in the pattern. And I also took a bigger hook. This is as in the pattern, this is a 5mm hook, and I think the pattern calls for a 4mm, but I wanted it to be really long. So if you take it down like that, because what I was thinking is then you can use it as a proper stole. So that's going to be super long, and you can put it over your shoulders, you know, and it will cover sort of like that, not just be a little scarf. So it's going to be more of a shawl than a stole. And this is super stretchy as well. At the moment, I don't know how this is going to block. This looks a lot lacier than I thought it would. In the pattern, it's a lot more compact. But it's also, they're using a different yarn as well. But I just like this yarn because it has a little bit of a glitter or shine to it. I don't know if you can see that. It has a bit of a shine to it, so I think that will look really nice. And this, again, 100-gram ball, and I think it's just over 300 yards. Yeah, so there you go. This is the, I don't know if you can see the pattern. There we go. My hand behind it. So that looks quite nice. As I say, it looks a lot lacier because I took a bigger hook size. So that's all I have. This is a nice easy pattern. Again, it's a 2-row repeat. Super easy. Actually, from a point of concentration point of view, it's easier than this one. This one's a 1-row repeat, and this is a 2-row repeat. But there you go. I'm quite enjoying this, and we'll see if it blocks out. If it doesn't, then it will just be more textured than in the pattern itself, which also suits me fine. I have 3 or 4 more lined up, patterns that is. One's a knitting and the others are crochet, and I'll slowly get to it. I also have still have the skirt, which I haven't done yet, and I have other projects that I'm thinking of knitting that are also on hold for the minute because there's stuff that I need for it, or that would work out better, and I'm still figuring out whether I've done the measurements right, you know. So there we go. So that's what's happening right now on this side. There's nothing much more to say. Don't forget, if you like the videos, give me a thumbs up. That will help the algorithm. Patterns and yarn and everything else is all down below in the box. So in the information box. So that is it for today. See you soon. And remember, be kind. Love you lots. Missing you already. Bye.